So
Yeah.
welcome everybody. Today is Wednesday, the Wednesday before the career fair. So I think we're
Mhm.
also being joined by Ali. So thank you, Ali, Michael, and Ayman for joining today's session. Michael, I'm going to let you go first because I actually met with Ayman and Ali
Oh,
yesterday. This is like a follow-up. So I'm
oh,
going to
okay.
test their knowledge by them helping you with the resume that you're presenting.
All right, just give me a second. I need to pull up
Yeah.
VMock.
So Ayman and Ali, be on standby, please. So we're going to be jumping
Oop.
around just like we did yesterday.
There we go. Okay, it's loading.
And Michael,
Share my screen. Yeah.
please, you're also part of the LinkedIn group, right?
Uh, I don't think so.
All right.
I mean,
Good. So we can walk you through it for additional resources. So share your resume, and then if you could go to LinkedIn, I will show you around as to how to get to the resources to help you.
there we go. Okay, so here, okay, I'm sharing my screen, I think.
Beautiful.
All right.
So let's take a quick look, and then I want you to open up another tab to go to LinkedIn.
All right.
Uh,
I don't think
let,
I have an account yet, though. That's one of the things
on LinkedIn.
I've been wanting to work on that, but yeah, I've been
All
busy.
right. You will want to. So why don't we do this? I'm going to ask for comments from Ayman and Ali to flex their muscles from what they learned yesterday. So, um, floor is open, Ayman and Ali. What would we like to give Michael as an initial blush to his resume? Nothing, Ayman or Ali?
Still looking at it. Scroll down, Michael. Could you scroll down to the project section, please?
He has one project.
Yeah, I'll be adding one this semester. Well, in theory, once this semester's completed, but for now,
Mhm.
that's the only one I have.
Yeah, no worries. And I guess that's why we have sessions like this, Michael, so that we could help you with some more. And the beauty of having a group session as we are is instead of it's just Michael's ideas, you're actually sharing other people's perspectives with what you have on the table. Was there anything specific you wanted to say, Ayman, before I get into it?
I think the project section it's a little bit detailed, but I think there is something missing in it. I don't feel that attraction. As you
So
told yesterday, like when a busy person's try to reach that, no, it is good. Like he told what he has done, but I don't think something is missing over there.
okay.
I'm not sure what it is.
Okay, that's good. So it's kind of Michael, what's going on is because of our conversation with Ayman. Ayman is actually on his third session right now. His spidey senses are kind of like activated because of the conversations that we've had before. So Michael, what did you get from what you heard without giving you the background? What
It
did you
sounds
under
well, like it sounds like I'm like potentially there's something I can do to like maybe compress or just like it sounds like I'm missing something.
Beautiful. All right. I'm glad you caught that. Ali, did you want to add anything else before I start giving Michael some tips?
Um, I would say just like the order of the section, he
Hmm.
might improve.
Okay. Which one
It's
specifically, Ali?
like the work experience, I think like put it like a little bit above, like above the skills.
Above the
Okay.
skills. Okay, hang on a second. Before you kind of make that, do you even know what Michael's looking for?
Um,
Do you see where I'm going with this, Mike, Ali? Because when we give people feedback, it's really dependent on what they're looking for. So I'm going to ask the question now of Michael. Michael, are you looking for internship or full time?
I'm fine with either at the moment
Okay.
because I've been like as I'm but like I'll be graduating this semester it should be.
Okay.
Mhm.
So if you are applying for internships, they like to see education on top. So it would be summary and then education. If you're applying for full time, then it would be summary and then experience, whether that's project experience or work experience. That's really dependent on what somebody has to offer.
So
So we're
potentially I could merge these two into one singular section.
yes, yes. As we dive into the material, it will become apparent, but we're giving you kind of like general concepts in the beginning. So these are first impressions from Ayman and Ali. So Ali, Now, with Michael's answer that let's just pick one. Let's just assume he's going for internship. Could you please go ahead with what you were going to say?
So yeah, I think like just the work experience, I think like above skills make more sense.
Hmm.
And also the projects.
Okay. So Michael, what Ali is saying, if you were a hiring manager reading a resume to the hiring manager who's reading it, what's more important, skills or experience, otherwise known as applied skills?
Experience.
Exactly. So I guess that's what Ali was referring to with
Yeah.
the way you arranged it. So
Yeah.
good job, guys. Ayman and Ali. I see that you guys have been working on your resume, and then when we give you something like Michael's resume, you're like catching stuff off the bat. So Michael, can you unshare for a second? As you
Yep.
said, you don't have a LinkedIn membership. Let me just walk you through some of the resources.
All right.
You may want to follow on your own screen, but this is why this is important, because our conversation does not end just because we hung up on Zoom. And this is very important for you because you have all sorts of resources relative to your resume. So what you're going to do, if you're on your phone or on your laptop, as you were, you can type in Illinois Tech Career Services. And you notice that there is a people entry and there is a group entry. So when I click that, what you're seeing on the screen is the people entry. And if you notice at the top, you get to pick people or you get to pick groups. So once you get your LinkedIn login, Michael, you're going to click groups. And in this part where it says view posts, you are going to say join. Okay, so you want to do that immediately after we're done with this Zoom
Okay.
session so that you can access all of this. The next important document, aside from relevant information. So if you notice, we've been sharing information about the career fair. We're talking about student content relative to the career fair. We're talking about elevator pitches. So aside from the timely information that's being shared in the group, the other important thing that you need to find is all you need to do is just scroll down. And if you notice, index is a comment. You just keep on scrolling. Index is all over the place on purpose. So you see, there's another index. There's another index. So just click one of them, and it's going to open up this website. This website was put in the middle so that we know which information the students are looking for. So obviously, this is a resume session. So you want to go to the resume icon. And then this document that you're seeing is the listing of content that I was saying is going to be very useful to you. So Michael, this document was not originally intended as an index. It was originally just a repository of material. However, once we started sharing the information with students, they were like, wow, what a wealth of information. So if you notice, we had to make an index out of it. And the best way to do it without too much work was just putting hashtag in front of the topic. So you have hashtag alumni, hashtag business relations, there's hashtag interview. And for our topic, we're talking about resume. I'm going to do a Control F and do a hashtag
Sorry.
resume. Was that a question?
No, sorry, hold on.
So when we go to hashtag resume, the whole section where you have all the information about resume, if you notice where it says resume workshop, these are all recordings of similar sessions to this that we're doing. So there's over 10 hours of recordings. Aside from the recordings, you have case studies as well, wherein just like you showed us your previous version, we called it the old version and the new version. So towards the top, the 9th bullet is resume design principles. And this I'd like to cover with you such that once we start giving you comments on your resume, this is where I was talking about the spidey senses of Ayman and Ali were on alert because we went through this material already. So I'm going to ask you pointedly, number one, resume design principles. What are you getting out of number one? I want you to get two things out of number one, Michael. What are they?
Looks well. I need to zoom in. Yeah, but we want to think like how a hiring manager, like as you
Very good.
mentioned, like if I'm going for an internship, I want to look at like how the experience and stuff.
You want to look at their job description because
Mhm.
that is your closest way of reading their minds as to what exactly are they looking for.
Mhm.
Okay, what's the second part I want you to get out of number one?
We don't. Well, it doesn't. Looks like no task description, so I'm guessing I shouldn't focus on like I shouldn't basically be like saying like, oh, I'm gonna be good at this thing, good at this. I should be like more kind of general, I'm guessing.
You want to talk some more about the results and not just describe the tasks. So one of my dramatic examples is usually in resumes, people normally say, I swept the floor. They're just describing what they did. Okay. And then to give some sort of impact, some job seekers say, I swept the floor fast. However, if you think about it, and I'm the hiring manager, if I read that, what is that really saying? It's not saying a whole lot versus somebody could say, I led a team of 5 floor sweepers, introduced a process improvement that reduced sweeping time from 60 minutes to 5 minutes. So Michael, hiring manager, who would you call in for an interview?
The one
Swept the
who-
floor fast or the second one?
The second one.
Okay. So that effect that I just dramatically pointed out to you is the effect that your resume should have on the readers.
Got it.
Questions?
Is
No
and this
questions?
as long as it's an basically an expansion that basically kind of shows your results. That's better than the actual task itself.
Yeah, because think
Like
about it. So give me a job title you're applying for, Michael.
software engineer.
Okay, software engineer. So say I'm the software engineer hiring manager. Don't you think that I already know what tasks you should be doing?
Mhm.
So if I take a look at your resume and all you're doing is just describing software engineering tasks, are you really telling me, the manager, anything that I shouldn't
Sure.
already know about you? And that's usually the problem that we see in resumes. People just describe what they did. What will set you apart is what did you do with the tasks, also known as results and accomplishments. Does it make sense?
I think so, yeah. And I see a couple that I already actually I got that in a couple of the work experience.
Very
But there are
good.
some I think looking through here, yeah, maintain functionality of building span filters.
Yeah, actually,
And
why don't we go to your resume really quickly? But let me
Sure.
just talk about number two. Okay. Just tell me what you get out of number two, and then we'll go to your resume.
all right.
I want you to get 2 points out of number two. What is it?
We want it to be we want my resume to be structured like
Before
simply.
that, this is crucial. The
Oh,
first
they
part.
they don't have a lot of time.
That is key. Okay. So when you design your document, you have to take that into account,
Mhm.
that the reader is very, very busy. In the words of my colleague Nick McCary, who's a hiring manager, he says it's overwhelming. Okay. So you need to take that into account whenever you're doing your resume, such that when somebody looks at your resume, they already told you what they wanted. You better be telling them what you're all about relative to what they want. Does it make sense?
I think so,
And then
yeah.
you kind of hit on the second part. You want to give them access to the relevant information in an easy manner, and you want to give it to them sooner because they're very busy.
Got it.
Questions?
I don't think so.
All right, I'm going to stop sharing. I want you to share your resume and talk to me about what you were just talking about already, because it sounds like
Right.
you had some realizations.
Yeah, so like I was looking over like some of those the work experience. Like there's a couple of here that I definitely need to could convert like for example this one, which is more just a description of the task. Like this one might but some of these like in my IT intern section over here.
Mhm.
Yeah, like I as an example, like I didn't just describe like the task. I
Mhm.
also
You
like
gave them context. Very good. 1,000 emails inside filter. So you understand the concept. So now that I told you the design principles, you want to make that even tighter. So I'm glad that you know the concept. Now you have to make the entire resume more consistent and tighter based on those design results.
got it.
So I'm glad that you're distinguishing
No, I
What
definitely
needs to
think
be
I can
changed?
improve. I can definitely improve the projects, I think, because these are like initial. Like I think that like one of the issues was when I'm looking here, like yeah, some of these are not very specific, and this one could instead be converted into more a description of what the project is, maybe.
Mhm, mhm.
Because that yeah, like so when I convert this to experience, I keep a similar format to this, but right here instead I put a description basically as a location.
Well,
And so
especially if you're looking for software engineer intern, right? So
uh,
you really need to be speaking quote unquote their language, so to
yeah.
speak. And that's usually flavored by their job description.
Yeah. So yeah, like yeah, especially over here, I could potentially do that, and then I'm trying to think. And I probably have another project I can also, besides the iPro I have, that might be pretty good for adding to the experience. As I'm an ITM major, and I'm currently taking ITMT 430 Systems Integration, which is a major project course, which would
Okay.
be probably a good one.
And it sounds like when you say good one, you're talking it's more relevant to the job
Yes.
descriptions.
Like
All right.
part of it is literally we're not just doing one task, we're literally rotating tasks, but it's a large project involving creating a 3-tier web application,
Okay.
which should be good to place under worker experience once I get it set up.
Very
Yeah,
good.
I'm also doing it, the same project.
You guys are in the same class or same projects independently?
Yeah, same class. I am at the 430 class.
Ah,
Yeah.
cool. There
ITM.
you
Yeah.
go. Some more background of
Yeah.
relatedness for you guys.
Yeah.
Another reason that I like to have these group sessions, Michael, is you're building your networks. Plus, you guys are essentially a study pod for the topic that we're talking about right now. And as you're noticing, Ali's saying he's taking the same class. You guys can collaborate on what you put in your resume. One of the things that I notice with people when we talk about resumes, they're guarded about the information that they're putting on their resume. What people do not realize is different individuals had different results and accomplishments. So I actually do not understand the scarcity mentality where people try to not share it with other folks because they think other
There we
people
go.
will copy. Well,
That's
they
the-
can't copy because your results are your results.
Mhm.
And it's quite individual. So please collaborate. Awesome that you mentioned that, Ali. Iman, any comments before I was going to go into the relevance conversation to be had for Michael, but I was wondering if perhaps Ali, in the work that you're doing, or Ayman, in the work that you're doing, we might possibly be easier to discuss that subject with Michael. What do you guys think, Ayman and Ali? Ayman, we discussed relevance yesterday. Do you have something along those lines that we can share so that Michael grabs the concept?
Do you want me to stop sharing though?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So my resume, I know what I'm looking for. I know what job description. So according to that, uh, you told me what are the project experience I have, what should be in prior and what
Okay,
should be at the last. So
hang
that
on. I don't think you understood my point. The next part for Michael's resume was relevance. So my request to Ali and Ayman was, is there anything in your resumes with the work that you're doing that talks about relevance so that we could discuss that concept with Michael? Otherwise, I'm going to continue with Michael's resume.
yeah, you can continue with Michael's resume.
How about you, Ali?
We can continue with Michael's.
Okay. So Michael, the next issue with your resume, I guess you want to share
Oh,
it
yeah.
back again.
Sorry.
Actually, no, let me do this. Let me discuss one thing really quick. All right.
Okay.
Let me share this really quick and then we'll go to your resume. But in the resources, under hashtag resume, I got too many windows open. So let me just go to under hashtag resume, when we go to the case studies, case study 5 better. And you had a summary, Michael, right?
Yeah.
So I want you to observe what's going on in this particular summary. And I want to point out that this student just graduated from high school. So I want you to tell me who has the more powerful summary, you or him.
Hmm. I'm not sure. Like one of the things, like the difference I think between mine and like theirs, or hold on, I need to pull up. Yeah, looking at mine, like I'm like it's his is more task orient. Like his is more like a task oriented thing, where he describes like what he like what he's accomplished.
Okay. So from a hiring manager's perspective, which one is more attractive, this or yours?
I don't actually know because like it's different methods, I think, but I'm
It's not different methods. You kind of
really
told me that Benjamin is calling out accomplishments. We just established that the way to differentiate you from all the job applicants is not to talk about descriptions, but to talk about accomplishments.
so his is better.
Well, what do you think? If
Like
you're the hiring manager, would you rather have somebody giving descriptions about generalities? Or would you have somebody who talks about accomplishments relative to the job description that I posted?
accomplishments, I guess.
Yes. You don't sound convinced. What's the question?
No, like I agree like the accomplishment stuff. But, like I feel like because one of like the things I remember reading about is and like learning about from some of the previous stuff is like one of the things you should include in summary is like potentially like what you're trying what you off like oh wait, that does cover it, yeah. Hold on.
I didn't quite hear your
Well,
last
I was just
sentence.
thinking, yeah. I was just thinking about like what like because most of it was what you contribute and stuff like that, and I just realized yeah that is accomplished by describing all of these all like the accomplishments again and what you provide with showing what you provide.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you're
but
thinking out loud. What's your conclusion?
that it is better.
Okay, so we agree, or do you have more questions?
No, I think I got it. Yeah.
Okay, so just FYI for Benjamin, when he came to us, his resume didn't look like this. His resume kind of like looked like yours to begin with, because there was no framework, right? So it's great to
Mhm.
just put information on a sheet of paper, and then we start drilling into how do we make this relevant to the very busy hiring manager. So when we took a look at Benjamin's original resume, I said, Benjamin, in your resume, you have a bunch of projects, you have a bunch of coursework or whatever. So I said, think of the job description of what you're looking for. And then relative to that, I want you to tell me which one in your background is the top priority that you want them to see first. So Benjamin goes, whatever experience that was, he goes, this one. And then I said, what's the next top priority? This one. So he kind of mentioned all of that. So after he identified all the top points that he wanted them to see, he curates the information in the correct order of relevance, because it's really all about relevance. He puts it on a golden platter called the summary, and voila, he's relevant immediately. And he doesn't wait until they read all of the experience in the resume.
Mhm.
What did you just hear?
That what he did was he took all the experiences he had acquired and then in order of relevance he basically he showed them through the summary, allowing for a hiring manager to potentially get see them even before they have to get into experience.
Very good. So it's a strategy that you need to have, okay? So
Mhm.
design principles, we talk about 1 and 2. Design principle number 4 states that there's so much advice about job search out there. So whenever you have any piece of advice, including the advice that I'm giving you, it's simply that. But because you're the person who's applying for the job, you get to apply what you think is best for your job search. Okay? So we're sharing best practices, but you're the ultimate decision maker as to what should be and what should not be, or how it should look with the final version. So I'm going to stop sharing this. So I'm going to ask you the same question that was asked of Benjamin, and I want you to tell us which one is the top priority in your existing resume, possibly even including, because you said you had one other project that's not on there.
Well,
So
it's not. It's still in progress again. That's
I
the
got that, but I'm saying from the mental process, if that is the most relevant, we need to
Mhm.
talk about that first. So share your resume, please, so that we
Yep,
can see something specific.
Okay, that's direct back here. So yeah, so from these two, basically,
So
assuming
you have
it's
you have a third piece of experience, right? So out of the three, according to the intern's job descriptions that you're looking at, which one is
it'd probably be the most recent one, the one that I'm currently working in, which is the basically the developing of a 3-tier web app.
that here or no?
No, it's not
Okay,
here
so
because
it's the unwritten project. Your
Yeah.
unwritten project is the top priority that they want to see. And I'm going to call the top priority segment 1, just for the purposes of discussion. So your segment 1 isn't on here, but you already distinguished that it needs to be. What's your segment 2?
It'd probably be the smart skate park design, specifically
Very good.
the website development, which like basically developing developed
Yeah, gotcha.
a
Don't need
functional
all that
prototype.
explanation. Don't need all
And
that
then the last
explanation.
one
Is the
probably
third one. Okay, so remember Ali's comment in the beginning where he said the arrangement of skills and all that? Based on what we're finding out, it sounds like projects need to be even higher because intern is less relevant.
Mhm.
So remember when Ali made that comment earlier?
Yeah.
So that's what he was alluding to. So here's the next question for you. The project that does not exist at the moment, is it going to be more important or less than Smart Skate Park?
More important.
Okay, so here's what's going on specifically for Michael, okay? Projects need to be on top. You're going to have the unwritten project. You're going to have Smart State Skate Park project, and then you have IT intern. Are you
Yeah,
following?
Yeah, I've got it. So order it. So yeah, order the experiences once I combine them by
No,
or
it just happens.
No.
Oh, hang on. Chronologically, which one comes first, Smart Skate Park or the unwritten project?
The smart skate park would come first because it's finished and I'm currently still working.
No. Actually, you're supposed to arrange experience from the latest.
Oh, latest. Then it
So
would
the
be the new.
latest would be
Then it would
unwritten.
be the unwritten one. Yes.
Do you see why I'm bringing this all up, Ayman
Mhm.
and Ali? Because the way Michael's experience and the way it fell through chronologically is already arranged in order of relevance. Are you catching that, Ayman and Ali?
Yes.
So for Michael's case, he's going to start with projects, and then it's going to be the unwritten, and then it's going to be smartphone, and then he's going to move the intern at the bottom. So does he necessarily require a summary? From the order of what they're reading, Michael, it doesn't look like it's required, but you can still have a summary if you wish.
Okay.
The summary is usually a strategy to arrange something that's not matching chronologically versus relevance. In your case, it matched beautifully.
Mhm.
Chronologically and relevance, it kind of flowed beautifully.
I might have some other projects I could potentially add in that that they aren't like they were that might also qualify and might help, and they also happen to ironically be chronological, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the only concern about what you said is I'm hoping you're not just adding stuff for the heck of adding.
No.
You're adding because of relevance.
No.
True or false?
I'm adding because of relevance.
Very good.
Especially like for example, the reason I put IT intern was not only was as an ITM student, part of what my major is not just like unlike CS or any other degree like in our relevant field, we
Mhm.
have a more broad base of skills.
Mhm.
That's core of part of what we're supposed to do. But my minor is software engineering, which is why I'm trying to go for software.
Gotcha.
I think I heard it described as a T-shaped knowledge base,
Mhm.
where you have like a certain level of experience and everything, and then in one you have a longer a more in-depth thing. Though the
Okay.
ideal is an E.
Okay, very good. I think you're catching the concepts that we're talking about, and I am seeing a plan in your mind as you're speaking. True or
Yeah.
false?
Yeah, I have an idea, I think now. And I
Okay.
should be able to start refining it. Yeah. Today and
So, yeah, just assuming that you're going to keep the summary, I'm just going to talk about what Benjamin did, right? After he finds the biggest, strongest bullets, he arranges it, and then that's what he kind of put in his summary. So now you have the ability to do that if you wanted to.
yeah, and then One question though is, should I move I know I should move skills to after these two as they demonstrate
Yes.
practical experience, but what about
Yes.
education? Should I move that
Education, if you're applying for an internship, it should go first.
if
If
it's
you're applying for a full-time job, experience should come first.
got it? All right, I'll have
So
to-
what we haven't discussed, and I'm hoping you're assuming it based on what we said, is how many versions of resume should you have, Michael?
at least two, one for internship, one for full time,
Very
and
good.
then potentially if I'm going for multiple jobs, as I am an ITM major, so I potentially have a wider range. My
Very good.
goal is for software engineering, but as you
Gotcha.
get, but
Just checking in, and I think you're checking the boxes. So here's the other strategy that you could use, Michael. I've had a situation whereby I would try to tailor my resume, and then I would be like, hang on a second, I know I wrote that somewhere, and then I have 20 versions of resumes, and I
Hmm.
don't know where to find what I need. So a recommendation would be have a master resume, actually more aptly called a master summary or master repository, such that it has all the bullets or all the wordings that you like, such that when you're tailoring, like you just said, you could go like, oh, they want this, not a problem. Oh,
Got
they
it.
want this, not a problem. So you only have one spot to find all your good verbiage.
all right, I think I got it.
Make sense?
Mhm.
Questions? No questions?
Yeah, I don't think I have any myself.
Okay, I'm in Ali.
No questions.
No questions. I want to dive into the bullets at this point. Okay,
Okay.
so let's go to you don't have your segment 1, so let's go into your segment 2, which happens to be your projects, your smart
Mhm.
skateboard. So what are you thinking of your bullets, Michael? Are they arranged in the order of top priority to least priority?
No, definitely not. I say
Okay,
if I had to like get rid of all of them, if I'm going for a this is one I'd keep probably.
okay,
And I could probably remove these two probably
yes.
because and basically the idea and then adding an extra because I'll be adding projects, so it'll end up shrinking but growing. It'll
Okay,
end up it should end up a good size, but in theory, this one would be the most important, as this demonstrates my skill in software and develop, in it's a web design and programming as well, but it still is a little little relevant to software engineering in general.
okay. So it sounds like you're getting rid of bullets 1, 2, and 4.
I potentially might want to keep 4 as it demonstrates skills in project management and stuff, as again reports and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely 1 and 2 probably I could get rid
So it
of.
sounds like you're keeping bullets 3 and 4,
Mhm.
and then you're organizing it from importance again.
With-
The first
yeah.
one should be first.
Yes.
So remember design principle number 1. Are your bullets written such that they're talking about results, or are they more descriptions?
I think this one's more of a description, so I could
Okay.
probably I could
So the next part would be is if you didn't need help, then I'll let you go. But if you wanted me to kind of like dig into it,
I think I have some ideas at least for now, and if I need more, I can probably come back at
Okay.
least.
all right, sounds good. So after you work the bullets of your projects, plus you're going to write your top priority, your segment 1, which I'll call the unwritten project, and then your intern. Again, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullets. Are those bullets relevant to the software engineer intern?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, if they're not relevant, don't waste their reading time.
Got it.
So what you want to do is you could say IT intern, Village of Rosemont, no bullets,
Got it.
because they're very busy, right?
Mhm.
So
Alright.
it's really all about relevance, relevance, relevance.
Got it. All right. I think I understand. Thank you.
Questions?
I don't have any, and any of you have any?
Actually, if we're done with you, it sounds like you're in action. You know what to do mentally. So I'm going to go to Ayman and Ali for their resumes to ask me questions. Hopefully you can learn from their questions.
All right.
You cool?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I should have
Alright.
a bit of time.
Who wants to go first, Ayman or Ali? We did pretty good time, Michael. 30 minutes.
Okay, I can go first.
All right.
Yeah.
So tell us what you changed, and then we'll take it
Okay.
from there. Ali,
Okay, so what I changed, first I added the zip code.
very good.
I also customized the link.
Oh, nice. I see it's just your first name, last name. Good job, man.
And I only
Actually,
this
I'm
time,
gonna give you a character ninja. Michael, when I say character ninja, relative to design principle number 2, because they're very busy hiring managers, the less characters on your resume, meaning
The
the more
better.
white space, the better. So I'm gonna character ninja the word expected. You don't need to tell them it's expected because they know it's in the future. You get
Got it.
that, Ollie?
yeah.
So just get rid of expected. You can get rid of both of those words. And I'm also seeing your months. You can just use 3-letter months, like JUL for July, like JUN for June, because everybody knows what that is. Again, I'm just being character ninja.
Okay, got
All right,
it.
cool.
Okay, and also for relevant coursework, I only like put what is relevant for like jobs I'm looking for. So I get rid of like a lot of like irrelevant courses. So
Okay.
it's way less.
It's much better than yesterday, but it's still, do you notice how it's like a third of your resume and you're talking about courses?
Yeah, yeah,
So do you see what I'm pointing at? They see education and it's like a third of your resume, which means you didn't allocate a lot for the experience. You're applying for internship, right?
yes, yeah, internship mostly.
Okay. I don't know your thoughts about this, but I will leave it up to you to make that decision. I might probably put experience above education, considering what's going on. Either that or you reduce your relevant coursework. Plus, I would get rid of the word relevant. Just say coursework, character ninja again.
Okay, okay, got it.
Good. What do you think of my suggestion to put experience above?
I think it's good because like I think my experience like reflects the best, like
Yeah.
especially like those two. It's I think they are like really relevant for the jobs I'm looking for.
Good.
So yeah, I think I would put like experience first.
Above the education. All right. And then further down, what else did you have after experience? What did you do
Okay,
with projects?
okay,
This is the
so
part I'm worried about, right?
okay, okay,
Ayman from yesterday's session. Come on, man. Don't keep us in suspense. What do you have further down?
okay, but I just want to say like the okay, okay. Never mind.
It's much cleaner than yesterday. So you're
Yeah,
you're moving forward, Ali. Good job in moving forward. But
yeah, but I didn't do like much for the like the description or like should I reflect like what I accomplished?
we can work on some of that with you today. So here's my next question to you. For the internships that you're applying for, the same question that I asked Michael earlier. Which
Okay,
one is more relevant to the job description, your projects or the experience?
experience.
Okay, so it's fine that you have experience above and then projects below, right?
Yes.
All right, scroll back up to experience. You have 1, 2, 3 experiences. What's the job title that you're applying to?
So I don't have a specific one, but it's like
Well, you need to have
cybersecurity.
one. So just for the purposes of discussion, and the reason I'm very specific about what are you applying to, because I do not want students to assume that they should have, I think we had this discussion yesterday. A lot of job seekers put everything that they have in one resume so that they quote unquote save time. Or in other words, they like to be generalists because they're saving time.
Mhm.
People will, a hiring manager will pick the specialist over a generalist every time because they're very busy.
Yeah.
So do you see where I'm going with your experience and projects? You have quite a lot. All right. So which one is your segment one? Just like I asked Michael earlier, based on all your experiences, what's the job title, by the way? You didn't give me one.
Okay, I would say like an IT security intern.
Okay, IT security intern. For the IT security intern, which is your segment one?
The IT support intern.
Okay, very good. What's your segment two?
The defense hacker, the
Very
internship,
good. Number three?
the kiosk sales
Number
analyst.
four?
And that's all three.
Okay, so it doesn't sound like your projects are relevant.
Ye-
Did you
Yeah.
see where we're going with this discussion? In your current version, you listed everything. This sounds like a master resume to me.
Okay.
But if you're applying for the IT security intern, it shouldn't really have all of these because you just told me the projects are not relevant to what they're looking for. Are you getting that, Ali?
Yeah, I'm getting that.
So we just cleaned it up. You actually have a one-page resume now. Beautiful work.
So like remove the whole project.
It's not relevant. Do you really
Could
want
he
to waste their time?
could he potentially do what you mentioned for me, where just get rid of the bullet points, but you could potentially mention it like if he has enough space?
If he has enough space, is the point, Michael. Yes.
Yeah, because this is multi-page.
Yes. I would agree with you, Michael, but since our discussion yesterday, Ali was already, he had like all this long stuff. That's why I was worried when he stayed in experience and he was actually taking his time because he knew I was going to focus on it.
But this project I think is like really relevant.
Well, you have to decide that, okay? That's why I asked you the question, okay? Ali, you're the person who's reading the job descriptions. You're the person who knows your experience. You are the best judge of what should be and what should not be in a resume. Does it make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yes. The reason I explain all this stuff to you guys is so that you could make those calls and decisions because you're the best decider as to what should be and what should not be, right? So I repeat the task. You need to study the job description. You need to introspect into your background what is most relevant as far as accomplishments are to what they want. And that's what you present. That's what makes you efficient. And that's what makes you stand out as the candidate they want to call in for the interview. Questions? So Ali, do you know how to clean this up? Otherwise, we're going to dive into your bullets.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Okay,
know.
let's go to your segment one, please. Your top priority was
Experience.
IT support intern.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, let's see if Ayman and Michael caught it. Ali's top priority is IT support intern. Which one is your second top priority aside from IT support intern?
The defense
Defense
hacker.
hacker. What's your third?
This one, the
The
kiosk.
kiosk. Okay, Ayman and Michael, do you know where my brain is right now?
Order. Well, potentially
Well,
the order.
chronologically, he has it in that order. So what?
Oh, the
Actually,
summary.
no. Yeah, summary is where I was coming from, but I'm taking a look at the way he wrote it.
Yes,
Is
because
this chronologically ordered? It's not.
no, yeah, because it's if he goes by when he started, it would be kiosk, defense hacker. Wait, no, it would be kiosk support hacker. If it goes by end,
Actually, it goes by end. Usually is what they're looking for. And I
oh,
think
okay, if
this
it's
was
end,
this was part of Ali's question yesterday because most of what he had was he started something and then he stopped and then he went back to the same thing. And I'm noticing that it's in two of them. The IT support intern in Kuwait, right?
Yeah.
Ali, you did it from May to July 2023, and then you did it from May to August 2024. So normally you would go by the end date. So IT support intern should be the latest, followed by kiosk sales because it's February 2024. And then the
Okay.
last one is defense hacker because it's July 2023. Did that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, so I repeat what I just said. The way that you order work experience is usually the start date, end date. The reason we're digging into this is because in your case, Ali, you kind of like had a start and then an end. And then in the same job, you had a start and an end for two of these. So the best way to arrange your stuff is to go by the end dates. And your end dates, the most recent would be August 2024. Then the next most recent is February 2024. And then the last is July 2023.
Yeah.
So how does that align with relevance? I think it aligns beautifully, right? Because IT support intern will be the first.
Yes, but
And then,
the issue is the kiosk. It will be like the second.
so the second, because it's the second most recent, February 2024.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Yeah, but like I'm just saying, like in terms and relevance.
I thought you said your segment 1 was IT support intern. Your segment 2 is kiosk sales.
No, it was the
Defense hacker?
defense hacker. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess that's what Michael caught. He was thinking that you could use a summary.
Oh, okay.
Did you hear that? Because Michael kind of like started until we saw all these details. So good
Yeah,
catch,
so-
Michael.
Yeah, it should. Yeah, but another way he could potentially do it, as you mentioned, was after ordering it correctly, since you have priorities of like what you want, go by. You, as mentioned with the summary, you use the summary to display your experience in the order that you want. So, since you wanted to apply as a IT support intern as your priority, you would prioritize your skills that demonstrate your IT support intern. You'll be a good IT support intern, and then when you create a second resume, if you're trying to look for a defense hacker, you then prioritize the defense hacker skills in your summary.
Very good. Good job, man. Ali, questions? Did you catch that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Do you understand what you need to do next based on your resume?
Yes. So
Okay.
yeah.
Other
and-
questions from you, Ali? We have 13 minutes. Just FYI, guys, I have a session at the top of the hour that's going to cover career fair. This particular student wanted to discuss because he couldn't go to the mock career fair where he was talking about elevator pitches. Yeah, you guys can stick around if you want that. I'm just saying that we need to cut this resume session at the top of the hour because I'm going to have that session. Feel free to stay if you want to, but otherwise I'm recording this session and Michael, I think after the call, you're going to get a LinkedIn login so that you can see all of these resources.
Got it.
Right.
All right. All right.
Cool. Ali, final questions from yours that you need to move forward with this resume?
No, I don't.
I think it's shaping up, man. It's looking much, much better than yesterday. Don't you agree, Ayman?
Yeah,
Any
it is getting
comments?
better.
Any comments for Ali?
Not yet because he's just confused right now. So let him clear out what he wants to.
I didn't say that, Ali. Ayman did. Blame him, okay? So, Ayman, did you want to go to your resume or are
Yeah,
you
yeah.
cool with what you learned?
If I'm fine with anything, maybe if you want to take a look and
Yeah, we have 12 more minutes to the
Okay,
top of the
then.
hour. So I guess
Yeah, I would like to
Ali,
share.
yeah.
Okay.
so that Michael can practice his knowledge as well and try to give you some comments based on first impressions. So
Yeah. So he's able to say.
yes. So tell us what you changed, please, and bring Michael up to speed.
Yeah. So then just give me a minute. I would do a split screen and show you the difference between my past resume and the new resume.
You could just do it because if you split screen, it'll become smaller.
Okay. Yeah. So
Just
basically,
tell us what you did.
Yeah, I improvised the points and then so as you told the relevance, so according to relevance, I have put those my experiences. Like first I came up with the project management plan.
Mhm,
According to the job description, I am looking for the role is junior project manager. So
mhm,
they would need a manager who is, expert in doing the project planning.
mhm,
So yeah, I came up with some numericals and precisely went into the project report and uh, came out with whatever I have understood and what I did. That when a hiring manager will read it, he'll understand what it is.
Okay. I like the direction of what you just described. Michael, what do you think?
Well, since you're probably one thing I think would be kind of useful would be to better space these the bullet points, because right now it looks like when I read it, it goes like
All
the only
bullets.
yeah, well, they're all bullets, yeah, but like potential yeah, one potential idea is, again, you could potentially get rid of the bullet points on the actual jobs, or you could double or tab each of the like tasks you did in each one, which will make it kind of flow, I guess is the best way I can put it.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, or it looks like, yeah, okay, yeah, that does look like it's ordered correctly. Little, one question though is, how do you, what happens if you do have these two things where if they end at the same date? I'm guessing you order by whichever one you're prioritizing.
Well, if it's the same dates, then yes. If it falls in such that from the relevant standpoint, because from their mind, chronologically, it's quote unquote the same. So yeah, at that point, I would go relevance and put the more relevant on top.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good though.
What do you think of the bullets? He did a
Yeah.
great job in the bullets compared to what he had yesterday. So
Yeah.
remember the part, Michael, where we were saying don't talk about tasks,
Mhm.
talk about impact.
see.
So take a look at his first bullet. Designed 3-year roadmap for 3D printed toy production, achieved 300K units in year 1, scaling 20% annually. Do you see how he gave context to the reader of Iman's accomplishments?
Yeah, and then
It's more powerful
mhm.
than just describing the tasks.
I definitely, yeah, I can actually feel that one.
Yeah. Overcame procurement and workforce challenges to maintain. Your second bullet, Iman, when you say overcame, again, what's the context?
Mhm.
Iman.
We had a few people working on a lot of projects, so we have to maintain the production, increase the shifts so that people could work more and
So
then
say
get
that,
the
man. You don't just say overcame procurement. When you
okay,
say
okay.
increase the shifts, increased it from what to what? Was there a percentage increase, decrease, whatever? You see,
Okay.
you did a great job in your first bullet. You said it actually when we began, such that when you pick up the resume and the person reads it, they get it.
Mhm.
That's the
Yeah.
whole task. When they read it, they get it. But when I
Yeah.
read your second bullet, overcame procurement and workforce challenges, I'm like, okay, what does that mean?
Mhm.
And from the standpoint of what we said earlier, is that really talking about accomplishments? In my mind, I can see all these accomplishments that you're not speaking about, masked as overcame procurement. Questions?
No, though.
When you said maintain production efficiency, so it sounds like, let's say efficiency was at 100%. Because of the task that you did by increasing, say, from 10 shifts to 20 shifts, I don't know what the numbers
Um,
are, you were able to maintain this.
There is one weird thing I'm seeing. AI in business project. The third bullet point of tasks. It only shows the results, not giving any like almost seeming like I don't like. For example, like from when I read that, I see like yeah, like okay, the AI driven predictive maintenance cut downtime by 40%. Like what specifically did you do to create that AI
Very
driven
nice
project
catch.
maintenance?
So did you catch that, Iman? You described what
yeah.
the project did, but you didn't describe what Iman did.
Oh.
They're not going to hire the AI. They're going to hire
Yeah.
Iman. So talk about what Iman did. Very nice
Okay.
catch, Michael.
To be fair,
Beautiful.
you probably could hire the AI if you hired Iman, since
Yeah, I had the
copyright.
numbers in the presentation exactly, but yeah, good point, Michael. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna put.
is this helping, Iman? We're kind of
Yeah, it is,
refining
it
your
is.
thought process, and I can see the improvement. Great job, man, from where we started.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a really good point.
Yes.
I had the 40% number in the calculations, but yeah. Okay, let me see how I put that in here.
Okay. Cool. I'm really loving all these improvements from you guys. What else do we have?
Yeah, so I got a quick question. I don't think I have space to fit the summary in here. So can I go to 2 page or should it be in 1 page? So what's your take on that?
Well, Michael, do you saw how I can't just say you need a summary, you don't need a summary. It's based on something very specific. Michael, you
Yeah,
got
yeah.
that right, Michael?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
the
I
reason
want,
why
I want, no, don't
Uh,
tell him. I want you
okay.
to work it with him. Ask him the same questions I asked you.
All right. So what exactly is to be included in your basically is in your summary? Like for example, are you showing what you
Hang
are
on, hang
like?
on. Let me back up, Michael. I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
So you want to say, according to the job description that
Mhm.
you're looking at, which part of your experience do you need them to see first?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's it.
so
Mhm.
Michael just asked you that question, Ayman. According to
Yeah.
the job title and job description that you have in mind for this resume, which part of this resume is top priority that they need to see first? And then take it from there, Michael.
Yeah. So what? So
Well, have
what
him
ex
answer. Have him
So yeah,
answer.
what's the most important part for your job that you're looking for?
Yes, the important part here is project management plan and simultaneously the agile project management tool. It's the combination of both.
Okay,
Mhm.
hang on.
No, yeah, no, well, yeah. And now what? No, the purpose of a summary is to demonstrate this information quickly to the person, like the first thing they see. So what? Yeah. So what can you potentially do as as the summary?
I kind of heard Ayman say that both were equally important, project
Mhm.
management and agile project management. However, Ayman, you have to make a call.
Yeah.
You have a gut feeling based on your experience, your accomplishments, and what they want. So you have to make a call as to what you want them to see first.
Yeah, sure. I will think about it. I think mostly it goes to the project management plan, but when I
Okay.
try to include the summary, the space, it goes to 2 pages. So is it fine with
Well,
2 pages?
don't worry about the 2 pages. That's the least of our concern right now. We're
Okay,
more
okay.
concerned about being relevant. Do you hear your
Relevant.
questions? Did you see how Ali's resume just became one page today?
1 page. Yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Did we even
Yeah.
discuss that yesterday? No.
No.
When you
Yeah.
focus on relevance, what
Relevance.
needs to be seen will get seen. Focus on that
Alright.
first versus the number of pages.
Okay,
So to Michael's point, proceed, Michael, with what you have. He said project management
Yeah.
plan was the top.
Yeah, so if project management plan and agile project management are the important tasks, basically, yeah, to demonstrate your skill, your qualifications for the job,
Mhm.
you don't then what? How do you then how well then what's the purpose of the summary again to display these things?
Good
So you
point.
don't
So he
actually,
doesn't even need to if he doesn't want to,
Okay.
yeah.
because it follows in chronologically.
Mhm.
Did you catch that?
Yeah.
So we just fixed your problem of
Problems.
space.
Yeah.
But it was really dependent. Do you see how we don't just have a blanket? Yeah, you need a summary. It's really
Summary, yeah.
dependent on what
Dependent.
you have to offer. Nice
I
work,
got it.
Michael.
No problem. I think this has been very educational and helping figure out, and I get why you do these groups versions now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
man. Because if it was just you and me talking, do you think you would have this wealth
Well, I've had
of
this
drilling down?
I've done these before, like career service things, but it was the solo ones. But yeah, I think
Gotcha.
this group one's pretty useful.
Cool.
Though sorry I
Yeah,
couldn't
it is.
come.
You can just point out each other's mistake and then get an idea of others' perspective, how other person is seeing your resume. That
And then
will
you
help
guys
you a
can
lot.
help each other out as well.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Any last things you wanted to ask, Ayman, Michael, and Ali? No?
Nothing I can think
I
of.
think we're good. So we have 2 minutes. If you guys are sticking on, I'm just going to take a sip of water, but I'm going to be back for the 12 o'clock for the next student. Otherwise, thank you guys for attending. I'm going to put the recording, send it to you guys,
All
and
right,
then
thank
share it
you.
in the group.
All right, I'll be heading out.
And then Michael, as soon as you're on LinkedIn, make sure you connect with me so you have direct line for questions.
Got
Just
it.
message me directly.
All right, I'll see you in a bit then, I
All right,
guess.
thanks, guys.
Have a great